Have you noticed how easy it has become to be patient with everyone else except yourself? Someone else is tired, and you understand. Someone else makes a mistake, and something inside you says, it happens. Someone else feels lost, and something in you softens. But when it is you, something changes. You should have done better. You should be stronger. You should stop struggling with things that seem easier for everyone else. And maybe you do not even notice how often you speak to yourself through pressure instead of care. Not because you are cruel, not because something is wrong with you, but because maybe somewhere along the way, life quietly taught you that being hard on yourself would somehow make you better, that pressure would make you stronger, that resting must be earned, that mistakes mean something about you. So when you are tired, you tell yourself to push harder. When you feel behind, you compare yourself to everyone else. When life feels difficult, you quietly wonder why you cannot just handle things better. And sometimes, the hardest part is this: you can be hurting and still somehow feel guilty for not doing more. Tired, but feeling lazy. Overwhelmed, but quietly telling yourself you should be handling it better. Trying your best while feeling like it still is not enough. And maybe one of the loneliest feelings is not when life feels hard, but when life feels hard and you do not even feel safe with yourself in it. Because sometimes the hardest person to be human with is ourselves. And I want to tell you something gently. You were never meant to carry yourself like a problem that constantly needs fixing. You were never meant to speak to yourself only through pressure or disappointment or this feeling that somehow you are always supposed to be doing better. And maybe you have been carrying yourself like someone who only deserves kindness after becoming perfect. But maybe that was never true. And maybe tonight, you deserve a little more softness from yourself too. And if part of you still does not quite know how to believe that tonight, that softness could belong to you too. I understand. Because when you have spent a long time being hard on yourself, kindness can start feeling unfamiliar, almost undeserved, like something you are supposed to earn. After doing enough, after finally getting your life together, after becoming someone who struggles less. But maybe you were never supposed to carry yourself like a project that is always unfinished. Maybe being human was never meant to feel like constant self-correction. Because sometimes we become so focused on what is missing that we stop noticing everything we are already carrying. The effort, the trying, the surviving, the days you still showed up when things felt heavy, the moments you kept going without anyone really seeing how hard it felt. And somehow, instead of seeing that, your mind quietly says, you should be doing more. You should be stronger. You should be handling this better. And after a while, that voice becomes so familiar that it almost starts sounding like truth. But being tired is not the same thing as failing. Struggling sometimes does not mean you are weak. Having hard days does not mean you are falling behind in life. It means you are human. And maybe you do not have to keep proving that you deserve rest or kindness or understanding. You do not have to earn softness from yourself. Not after becoming perfect. Not after finally getting everything right. Not after becoming someone who never struggles. Because maybe the version of you that feels tired tonight is not the version that deserves kindness less. Maybe that is the version that needs it most. And maybe tonight, you do not have to fix yourself or improve yourself or push yourself a little harder. Maybe tonight, you can simply stop fighting yourself for a little while. And for tonight, maybe you do not need to carry yourself so heavily, even for a little while.